obviously we were extremely aggressive tonight. That's part of the area of our game, of our system that we're trying to improve on. We had 50 deflections, which is, we normally try to get 35 deflections, and we got 50 tonight. That says we're being very aggressive, and we out in the passing lanes, and we've improved with our understanding of how to take the fight to our opponents. But we put them on the free throw line 23 times. So it kind of negates the hustle when you're fouling. Fouling does negate hustle. So that was a positive, and I think we can get better with not fouling. I thought we were able to get a lot of guys in the game doing critical parts of the game where they all felt that they were having being able to have an input into the game, which I thought was good. I thought I looked up one time, we had about 3 or 4 freshmen on the floor gaining some experience. And that's kind of who we are right now. We're not a well-oiled machine. We're still sputtering a little bit, and we're not going to shoot that puller from 3. You know, the night looked like we couldn't miss, and the night we had just the same level of shots that didn't go in. Like I said earlier, we try to get 35 deflections a game. We got 50. That's positive. Can't put people on the free throw line as much as we did. We got to do a better job rebounding. I thought that we did not get the ball inside nearly as much as we need to with the size that we have. Malik didn't have one of his better games, which I'm glad he got that out of his system. Because we all know he's an unbelievable presence inside. Sometimes they said in the locker room, first game jitters. Well, I'm not real sure I buy that. Sound like an excuse to me. But I'm pleased to come away with a victory. It's a lot. We evaluate the film, and I think we'll see some areas where we need to improve, and we expect to be a little bit better come Saturday night. Any questions?
In general, did you like how you guys pushed it tempo, fast break points, so you get to that?
Well, the deflections gave us an opportunity to get out in transition, which is all positive. You need to get some easy baskets, but you also need to get easy baskets on putbacks. The night we got deflections and steals, and I'd be interested once we grade the game to see how many points we got out of our deflections and steals. We'll grade that and see, but that was positive. But I also think that the second half we could have done a little bit better job contesting shots, and I think now you see that every team in America has players that can hurt you if you don't watch it. So obviously, the first half we contested their shots pretty good. The second half, I thought that they got some open looks on because they were ball moving, of their ball movement. It's obvious that we have a little more quality depth, but right now we're still trying to develop that cohesive unit and get a sound rotation. I think we're probably 3 or 4 more games away from that.
How do you balance trying to go to the offensive glass versus getting back on defense? What do you want to see there?
It's not that difficult. You know, a lot of it is just focus, concentration. We normally have 3 guys go to the boards. We have 1 guy getting back, and another guy should be somewhere between the free throw line and the top of the key to get for long bounces. But right now we have a tendency to not make multiple efforts going to the boards. We accept in blockouts, and our anticipation of when to go to the offensive boards is lacking a little bit. In other words, we wait till the shot hits the rim before we go. In reality, you need to, as a guy's going into his motion to shoot the ball, is when you need to start going to the offensive boards. You got to be spinning, rolling, but you can't just accept the fact that a guy turns and blocks you out on his back. And that's an area that we definitely need a lot of improvement in.
Just a 1-game sample size, but I think Taylor had almost twice as many points as in any game in his first season. How have you seen him rise to the challenge? What do you want to see a guy going from year 1 to year 2?
Well, now, if you notice, most of his points came on hustle points. You know, he was very active And even though he's improved his perimeter shooting, he's improved his ball handling, he's staying true to who he is. He's an athlete with quickness and speed and a high motor. And I think he's utilizing that. And other parts of his game is going to smooth out because he's really improved his perimeter shooting. But I don't want him to get too far away from running the floor, getting deflections, going to the boards, attacking closeouts. And I think he's bought into that why he's trying to improve in those other skill areas that only time will allow him to improve it.
The full forward, 3/4 court press, something that with given the depth of the team that you're trying to incorporate more?
Well, let's talk about that. We don't really press. We pick up man to man 94 feet. We try not to gamble that far away from the basket because people shoot the ball so well. But what we don't want to do is people to walk across half court and just make an uncontested pass to the wing or to the elbow and start the offense. So we have to pick up 94 feet. You know, we're not trying to steal, but our guys are getting to the point where they're aggressive enough, you know, where they are getting some deflections and getting some steals. And, you know, I think that depends on who you're guarding up there. You can't be gambling that far away from the basket and give people an opportunity to attack you and break you down and get inside the lane and get kickouts. So we're going to continue to keep picking up 94 feet, only because, you know, nowadays most schools are playing pack line defense, where they pick you up at the top of the key. That's why we try to be a little different. That's why we need a full complement of players in order to sustain that. I was happy tonight that a lot of guys actually come out of the game. That's huge for us. We can keep as many fresh people on the floor as possible. And I think that means that we have a chance to be probably fresher in January and February than we would be if we were playing guys 34, 35 minutes.
But I know it's one game, early November. Does this feel like kind of an old school Leonard Hamilton team with the length and the defensive tenacity that they seem to play with? Again, one game, but even in the exhibition games, they seem to play really hard.
Well, I think that's an accurate assessment. I think that's why the quality of your depth is important. But we have two guys that appear to be a little ahead of everybody else. That's Malik and Jameer. They seem to have shown in practice over a period of time that they may be a little bit ahead of the other guys, but the rest of the guys are about the same. You know, and so that allows us to keep fresh people on the court. And what I saw tonight, I was very pleased with. Guys are letting me know that they're fatigued and we're getting fresh bodies in. That's a great sign. I don't see any selfishness. The guys are willing to share the ball and share playing time. And so to answer your question, it was a long answer, but I feel like we're closer to being like the teams that we've had that have been successful.
Everybody else set? Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Anybody got an ice cream? Full cylinder.
Is Jerry your best shooter?
I don't know.
That release point is so high, you just can't disrupt it.
We got about 6 guys that's capable of shooting.
Yeah.
And, but he's capable of doing it. He's really confident.
He looks it.
And
Yeah, he looks it.
we're going to give him freedom to do it.
Yeah, that's accurate. You know, court guy on the key.
The foul consistently does, you're right.
That's forced to beat somebody.
But I think we got a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking about it.
Guys, we'll take questions for Taylor.
How'd it feel to get a career high?
I felt good for sure. You know, I think it's just a testament to my work ethic I put in off the season, especially. So it's good for it to show up on night one. You know.
Coach mentioned that it was not that you were trying to do too much, it's that you were just kind of making hustle plays.
For sure.
Coming to you, is that kind of your game?
Yeah, I mean, he's been emphasizing that, just taking what defense gives me, you know, trying to improve and just make the right play. So that's what we do as a team, just make the right play. Ball happened to go my way.
How much do you enjoy using your length, all the people, be aggressive to the ball, create opportunity, get turnovers?
I mean, it's something that they really taught me down here, really. You know, up north, we don't really play defense like how we play down here, especially at Florida State. You know, it's more pack line, you know, a little bit softer. And, you know, I definitely always got blocks and stuff. But just be more active on the ball, using my length, something that they taught me and developed here.
For a team that's got so many new faces, do you feel like the chemistry's pretty, are you happy with chemistry?
Yeah, absolutely. That's been one thing we've been really trying to emphasize this year. And with Jameer coming back and Chandler coming back, you know, us three dudes were like, yo, we got to build a family, a brotherhood. So, you know, it's good to have that chemistry and brotherhood.
What do you think were the biggest lesson, the biggest couple lessons you learned from your first season here?
My first year was incredible. You know, I learned a lot. You know, it takes a lot to be good at this level, and that's what I learned the most. Really, is the work ethic and day-to-day character and time you got to do to put in, be a good player.
What do you like to see from the freshmen who are playing in that right way?
Man, the freshmen are great. You know, they're super talented. Obviously, they're not here for no reason, and you know, they're gonna make a big impact. Definitely, whether that's defensively, offensively. You know, they're gonna make so many plays, and we got such a strong and good deep freshman class.
You talk about work ethic. Is Jameer who you kind of looked at with that work ethic? A few other guys who?
Yeah. I mean, Jameer's a great example of that. Obviously, you know, he's such a great player. It didn't come easy to him. He puts in a lot of work, but definitely myself and the coaches, you know, just realizing what I got to do to get better and take that next step and just doing it daily.
To have you know, I know you said you weren't trying to do too much offensively, but
For sure.
to look at that box score and see that after, you know, last year,
Yeah.
score like that,
Definitely.
does it mean something to you? Validate what you did this offseason?
I mean, yeah, definitely, but we're winning. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing for us. You know, we're trying to win and win and win. You know, last year it was terrible being 500. You know, I hated that, knowing we're going to win, lose, how we're going to play, how we're going to come out. But this year we want to win and win and win, go as deep as we can.
The rest of the ACC media didn't seem to expect y'all to win and win and win. Is that something that you think about, or like not think about, but you kind of put that on the bulletin board and talk about?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. You know, I don't really care what they say, to be honest. You know, they're just going to always try to bring us down after the type of years that we've had and whatnot. But our biggest thing is we know what we got within. You know, we know that we got a special group and a good unit. So as long as we keep building and keep working, the end product's going to be great.
Well said.
All right, guys. Man, fresh out that shower, dog.